In this video, I will show you top 10 highest rated movies as per IMDB. But before this, please subscribe to Top 10 YouTube channel. In our list, number 10 is The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, directed by Sergio Leone. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is often considered the most seminal piece of work for Spaghetti westerns, a subgenre of western films directed largely by Italian filmmakers during the 1960s. As the title suggests, the film has three main players: the man with no name, aka Blondie, Clint Eastwood, Tuco, and Angel Ikes. Blondie and Tuco have formed a cautious alliance with each other to find stolen goods, but they must outwit Angel Eyes, who plans on using them to get to the treasure first. With great dialogue, twists, and turns, the film culminates in a three-way showdown, which is a thrill to watch. We won't spoil the ending and tell you which one of these ruthless bandits wins. And next, number 9 is The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. The first part of the Lord of the Rings franchise might rank below its final installment, but many would argue that its spot is well deserved. The first introduction to Middle Earth and its underdog Frodo Baggins still executes charm after all these years, inviting us into the fateful journey of destroying the One Ring. The film employed path-breaking special effects and had an outdoor shoot schedule, but more importantly, is it set up an awe-inspiring world to step into. And next, number 8, Pulp Fiction. As can be expected from director Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction is a heady cocktail of violence, sex, guts, and glory, with a star cast of John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, Uma Thurman, and more. Tarantino creates a bloody saga of crimes unfolding all over Los Angeles. Nestled within its violence is a strain of dark humor, rearing its head at the least expected moment. The film is so astoundingly devoid of chronological order that legendary critic Roger Ebert once wrote that you could see it a dozen times and not be able to remember what comes next. If tense, violent, and occasionally hilarious, films are your thing, you know what to do. And next, number 7, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Movie franchises have come and gone, but few have enjoyed the undying popularity of The Lord of the Rings, based on the third volume of Lord of the Rings by the late J.R.R. Tolkien. The Return of the King is recognized as one of the best and most influential films to ever be made. A commercial and critical hit, Peter Jackson's trilogy revamped the fantasy space from being seen as childish and ex-general to a legitimate form of entertainment. One look at its ambitious action pieces, unforgettable characters, and gracious ending, and it's clear why this film enjoys such a huge fan following, with many ranking the final installment above its predecessors. And next, number 6, Schindler's List. Steven Spielberg's magnificent historical drama frequently receives top scores and reviews for its writing, direction, and performance. Based on the 1982 novel Schindler's Ark, the film follows the efforts of a German industrialist to save more than 1,000 Polish Jewish refugees from the horrors of the Holocaust and employ them in his factories. But Oskar Schindler was no ordinary straight-faced hero, at least not in the beginning. Schindler was very much the greedy capitalist, making the most out of genocide by hiring Jews at the cheap rates. But his transformation into a man willing to endanger his life for the same people is what makes Schindler's List a timeless masterpiece. And next, number 5, 12 Angry Men. A slow, taut courtroom drama, 12 Angry Men is a masterclass on tension and dialogue. A majority of the film takes place in single room, with multiple characters sitting in the same place for most of the time. These are 12 jurors contemplating between choosing acquittal or conviction for what initially seemed like an open and shut case. A teenager has been charged with killing his abusive father. There is a witness who has seen the murder takes place from her window through the windows of a passing train. Another has heard the accused threatening to kill the deceased. The first vote has every juror voting guilty except one over the course of 90 odd minutes. The lone juror pokes holes in the case, gradually overturning the dominant sentiment in the room. And next, number 4, The Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 2 is split into parallel narratives. In the present, it continues to chart the rise of Michael Corleone and his attempts to expand the family's business. In flashback, it follows a young Vito Corleone spending his childhood in Sicily and making his way to become the top warlord in New York City. Longer than its predecessor, The Godfather Part 2 is a rich tapestry of great visuals and terrific performances. Although the film did not surpass the first film's commercial success, critics remain divided about whether it's a better film than the first. And next, The Dark Knight, often recognized as the most influential superhero film of all time, later shaping titles like Skyfall and Man of Steel. Director Christopher Nolan set an original example for shooting and writing blockbuster films. Nolan managed to not only give us one of the best Jokers of all time, Heath Ledger, but also made Gotham palpable in a way that it had never felt before. Its devastation caused by Joker's agent of chaos felt uncomfortably real, unlike the destruction scenes we see in most Avenger movies today. Nolan's Batman felt real, facing challenges with his body armor and blackmail regarding his real identity. There are no happy endings here, a staple for superhero films, making the illusion of cinema despairingly close to reality. And next, number 2, The Godfather. Based on Mario Puzo's novel of the same name, The Godfather once reigned over The Shawshank Redemption on IMDb charts and is either a very close second or still deserves to be on top. Depending on whom you ask, the trilogy is a layered, expansive, and intimate look at the Italian mafia family of Corleone, with the first part focusing on mafia boss come patriarch Vito Corleone's and the rise of his youngster son Michael Corleone as a ruthless mafia lord. Although there is much to love about this classic, it is the writing of the film that remains truly astounding, drafting anti-heroes in a way that makes it hard not to root for them. The film cemented Pacino's stardom and brought to light the reservoir of his immense talent. And finally, number 1, The Shawshank Redemption. When The Shawshank Redemption first released in the theaters in 1994, it was a massive commercial flop. Next to the testosterone-fueled action titles of the 90s, a gritty prison drama about a man's indomitable human spirit didn't feel sexy enough for the audiences. But the years have changed the film reception and how The Shawshank Redemption is repeatedly placed at the top of audience voting charts, finding a fan in everyone around the world, including Nelson Mandela. The film charts the story of Andy Dufresne, a banker wrongfully charged with the murder of his wife and her lover, and his journey in the Shawshank prison. Andy's fellow inmates are startled and impressed by his unending determination and wisdom, leading him to become friends with the prison's most connected man, Red Redding. Through the two's friendship, we see the integrity required to work its inner politics and the slow, measured passage of time inside prison walls It can surprising to know. If you like this video, please subscribe to Top 10 YouTube channel.